Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today, we're going to be talking about Kagurabachi Chapter 117. Like and subscribe for more content. The Heian era flashback Jujutsu Kaisen failed to deliver, revealing the Mikaboshi clan and providing spoilers for Kagurabachi Chapter 117. This chapter comprises 19 pages. Editor's note, what they see is wicked. March 20th. 20 years ago, 2 years before the birth of Chihiro Rokura, the narrator explains that the Soga clan's prophecy, like many foresight powers in fiction, only provides fragmented glimpses of the future. Even if the user knows the when and where of the vision, they cannot predict the resulting physical damages, such as the number of fatalities. Narration. Despite these limitations, such prophecies can still enable parties of interest to avoid certain outcomes. Ever since the appearance of Shikoku, their identities have remained a mystery, even when interacting with the locals of Arashima. We encounter a man in a wheelchair who lost both legs, one of the escorts for the soldiers sent by the Sorcery Bureau to investigate and the first to arrive on Arashima when the island emerged. This man was one of the few fighters and was able to engage in combat with the Shikoku. However, they did not speak. Yet, the man could sense that they were fellow Japanese. How could there be an island hiding Japanese people in the depths of the sea? From Asumi's conversation with a scholar, we learn a tale, a fight between Jikishin Soga and the Mikaboshi, depicted in a Japanese painting of a warrior and a monster with long hair, emitting black smoke from its mouth and surrounded by centipedes. The Mikaboshi, a minor Japanese deity, is known as the Amatsu Mikaboshi or the August Star of Heaven. It is a god of stars or a god of evil who was slain by Futsunushi no Kami and Takamikazuchi no Kami, Amitsukami, or the heavenly gods that included Amaterasu, the children of Izanagi and Izanami. The Mikaboshi is consistently portrayed as an evil entity. In fact, there's a Marvel comic book character of the same name who ruled over the primordial darkness of Earth and was an arch-nemesis of Hercules and Thor. The Mikaboshi resembles Akamura in the future due to his use of centipede and the unleashing of black smoke via the enchanted blade Magutsumi. In the story, the Mikaboshi were an ancient clan from the Heian era. Anyway, 1,000 years ago, the Mikaboshi were defeated by the Soga clan, and it was because of this battle that sorcery was hidden away. It is often said that the Mikaboshi were last seen in Chiba, where they were cornered and met total annihilation. This occurred on the southeastern side of Japan. It appears that the Mikaboshi survived and hid in Shikoku, emerging after 1,000 years. The survivor recounts how powerful the Mikaboshi were and their ability to control insects. The scholar discusses various theories regarding the Mikaboshi. Some believe they were 2-meter-tall giants with entirely black skin. The most prevalent theory, however, is that the Mikaboshi are a sorcery clan that controls and rules over insects. Hasumi, intrigued by the Mikaboshi's ability to conceal themselves and rebuild their civilization underwater, believes they possessed superhuman qualities. The scientist confirms the presence of the Daten Siki in Shikoku as well. Located on the ore vein of Arashima, the Daten Siki weighs approximately 80 kilograms. However, when considering the total Daten Siki in the Shikoku Kingdom, it reaches at least 1,000 kilograms, equivalent to a ton. This implies that Shikoku possesses 12 times more Daten Siki than Japan. The scientist proposes that the Shikoku are descendants of Mikaboshi, utilizing the irregularities in their bodies caused by the Daten Siki to establish their own civilization. In essence, the Daten Siki underwent a mutation, transforming their bodies. The conference is scheduled for 12 p.m. The Japanese delegation team, accompanied by a single escort vessel, lands on Arashima Island. Hasumi anticipates an ambush or display of force, but the conference is their primary option, as a direct confrontation would likely result in a bloody battle. Shikoku has long held a monopoly over the Daten-Seki, but due to tectonic shifts, this resource has reached Japanese territory. The scientist speculates that the Daten-Seki may hold sacred significance, but regardless, a clan that has been pushed back has returned with renewed vigor and immense power. This discussion on the Mikaboshi myth coincides with the conference. Suddenly, the ship explodes. Emerging from the water is a peculiar floating creature or device, still hovering, accompanied by 5 Shikoku figures. The bodyguards, led by an elder floating on his seat and a man whose bangs obscure his eyes, surround the leader. The leader, a fair-looking young man with dark eyes and black nails, wears the same uniform as his bodyguards, a black coat with a right shoulder epaulet. He has already taken his seat, while all the Japanese guards except one envoy are dead. This envoy is the one the leader is speaking to. The leader instructs the survivor to calm himself and take a deep breath. The Shikoku's demands are as follows. 1. The transfer of Irishima as a landmass. 2. The return of all its Daten-Seki that was previously taken. 3. The cession of lands in Chiba, Kanagawa, and Tokyo, which are deemed suitable for the Daten-Seki or veins to grow in for the next 1,000 years. The envoy is horrified by the excessive demand for land. However, the Shikoku leader insists that these demands be met, citing the envoy's experience with the Shikoku's capabilities. He warns that if the Japanese refuse, it will lead to all-out war. The spiritual energy-powered battleship Haruma, which was destroyed, held 4 people: Hiroto Soga, Togo Shiba, Yoshinaju Soga, and Shuji Mashiro. This ship was considered the smallest and strongest unit recommended for such a mission by the Sorcery Bureau. At 12:02 p.m., negotiations broke down due to the preemptive strikes made by the Shikoku. The 4 Soga warriors, including Shiba and Mashiro, began aura farming while surrounding the Shikoku representative and his guards. This led to a battle between the Soga and the Mikaboshi after 1,000 years. Editor's note, quietly, it begins. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.